Today I am discuss about the circulation in human heart. So let's start. In previous class I was telling about the part of human heart. Today I will go little deeper into it. As we know that all the impure blood come to the right atrium through superior vena cava and inferior vena cava. The upper part of the body, the blood containing upper part of the body is come through superior vena cava and lower part of the body come through inferior vena cava. Now, so at the same time, blood, the fresh blood coming from our lungs through pulmonary vein. Now, what's happened when bloods are filled in the two atrium? This two atrium is fully loaded with the blood. They gives a downward pressure. As a result, the tricuspid valve and bicuspid valve present in the right, in between right atrium and right ventricle and left atrium and left ventricle, these two valves gets opened downwards. So blood getting reach in the ventricle area. Clear? Now, when heart is in contact position, when our heart is in contact position, that is in systole position, the blood get a upthrust. Clear? Now, when blood gets the upthrust, it takes two parts. One is pulmonary artery and another is aortic aorta, in the opening of aorta. The impure blood goes to the lungs through pulmonary artery and the pure blood goes to the aorta from this aortic line. Here, now in the beginning of the pulmonary artery, there is a valve present. This is called pulmonary valve. Here, if we draw, it is like this. Here is a pulmonary valve present, and this is the aortic valve is present. Now, when blood give the pressure to pulmonary valve or aortic valve, these both valves will get open in upward direction. At the same time, the blood also give pressure to the bicuspid and tricuspid valve as well. But the bicuspid valve and the tricuspid valve remain closed. That is why blood go only in one path. Clear? Now, why this valve get closed at the beginning of the systolic of ventricle? Actually, here if I draw the valve, that is tricuspid valve, this is our right ventricle. This tricuspid valve is attached with this body of the inner wall of myocardium muscle. This muscle is called choriotendinous muscle, and similarly in the right at ventricle there is same thing happen. This is our bicuspid valve, and this valve is attached with the inner wall through a muscle called papillary muscle. This is called papillary muscle. Now, this muscle are act like a spring. Now, what's happened when the blood is full in the atrium? They gives the pressure downwards. As a result, when the pressure of the ventricle, listen carefully, when the pressure of the ventricle, in the pressure of the atrium is more than the spring tension of this papillary muscle, this valve gets open in downwards. Clear? And after the filling of the ventricle, the pressure become low at the atrium. Now, when the pressure is low in the atrium, this valve get automatically closed by the muscle. Clear? That is why when ventricle is in contact position, the blood cannot reaches again into the atrium. Clear? This papillary muscle and coronary muscle plays very vital role in the closing of this valve. Now, when this bicuspid and tricuspid valve are getting close, there is a sound produced. There is a sound produced called S1. This is called fast heart sound. Here. And similarly, when the valve at the pulmonary artery and the aorta is get close, another sound is produced. This is called second heart sound. This is called second heart sound. But there is some splitting between second heart sound, as because the aortic valve was closed just before the pulmonary valve is getting closed, because when the pressure of the left ventricle become 80 millimeter per Hg, then the aortic valve become closed, and when the pressure of the right ventricle become 10 mm per Hg, the aortic valve, pulmonary valve become closed. So these two pressure, difference of these two pressure make the difference of the producing sound of S2. Clear? Now, this is the first sound of the heart and this is the second sound of the heart. Many authors it's called Lup and Duke. Many authors or many books you will find it as a Lup and Duke. Clear? Now, here another thing I should tell you, that in the contraction or relaxation of the ventricle, the muscle presence in the heart is playing a vital role. Clear? Now, in between the two ventricles, there is a separation called interventricular septum. And this is the outer layer of the heart muscle. Clear? This muscle is called myocardium. This muscle is called myocardium. Now, myocardium has three parts. The innermost part is called endocardium, the middle portion is called myocardium, and the outer portion is called epicardium. Another layer is attached with this epicardium, this outermost part. This is called pericardium. This outermost layer is called pericardium. Clear? This is the muscular portion of the heart, where the myocardium plays a very vital role in the contraction or relaxation of the heart during systolic and diastolic. Now, I should tell one thing, that the heart is contracts or relaxed. This is happened due to an electrical impulse generated in the heart, and where it is generated in this picture, you will find it that here is the right atrium, and the top of right atrium there is a valve present, is called SA node. It is not actually valve, it is a node. This is called SA node. It is full name sino-auricular node. And the junction in between these two atrium and ventricle, both the atrium and ventricle, the junction, there is another node present called AV node. This is called arioventricular node. Now, the first impulse, electrical impulse in the heart is made by the SA node. That is why SA node is called natural pacemaker of the heart. Now, what is actually happened? SA node fires. After that, this electrical impulse reaches to AV node, and AV node carries the rest of the impulse to the ventricular section of the heart. Now, as AV node carries the impulse through the interventricular septum, then it's carry the impulse in the ventricular area like this. In this area, there is a fiber presence called Purkinje fibers, and in the interventricular septum area, there is a muscle present called bundle of His. These two muscles, this Purkinje fiber and bundle of His, are playing a vital role in the spreading of electrical impulse through the heart. As a result, heart is always beating. Now, when we graphically represent the electrical impulse on a paper, this is called ECG. What is ECG? The electrical impulse generated in the heart. Listen carefully. The electrical impulse generated in the heart, when it represent graphically in a paper by a machine, we can call it ECG. Yes, a normal heartbeat, as a convention, we can say 72 beats per minute. Clear? So 72 beats per minute. If a person having 72 beats per minute in its pulse rate, his normal ECG look like this. I will draw it again. That will be more clear to you. I will not go in the deeper of ECG, but I will just show you how the ECG look like. ECG look like this. Okay. Now this is called P wave. This is called QRS complex. This is called T wave. Now what is P wave and how it is generated? What is QRS complex? How it is generated? And what is T wave? How it is generated? What is the segments of ECG? I will discuss in the class when I will discuss about the ECG pattern. So for this time, this is, I think, the helpful to you. This is the circulation of heart and the different part and the activity of the heart for responsible of electrical impulse carried and heart sound. Hope that this video is helpful to you. Kindly mention in my channel as a comment, or give me like or subscribe as you like. Okay, thank you. Have a nice day.